Hi everyone. It's round 6 this week in the VFL. And is this the week the Tassie Devils notch their 4th win of the season and take top spot on the VFL ladder? It's possible because this week's game seems a little bit easier than last week. Well, famous last words, I guess, but on paper it really does. We all know that no game is ever easy, and our opponent this week has 100 years of history, and they'll be out to burst the bubble and hype surrounding the Tassie Devils. So let's have a look ahead at this week's clash with Sandringham. Today is a match preview of Tassie Devils versus the Sandringham Zebras. The match is on Sunday afternoon at Utah Stadium in Launceston. Start time is 12:05 p.m. It's our 4th home game this year and our 2nd game at Utah's this season. The Devils are currently sitting 3rd on the VFL ladder, and our opponent on Sunday, Sandringham, well, they're sitting 17th on the ladder. Sandringham have played one more game than the Tassie Devils. They've played 5 games already and had 2 wins and 3 losses. And they've lost their last 2 in a row. Being a 13-goal thrashing by North Melbourne and a 20-point loss to Box Hill Hawks last week. They also had a loss against Port Melbourne, who the Devils beat a few weeks ago. So their form has not been great, but they did have a good away win in Brisbane, which is not an easy place to win. Sandringham have just finished a 16-year affiliation with St Kilda at the end of last season. They are now a standalone club without any AFL affiliation and no current AFL players on their list, well, to my knowledge. With the split from St Kilda last year, they have recruited hard this year to build a young squad where the average age is only 21. In fact, their oldest player, their captain, is only 26 years of age. The Devils are also young though, with an average age of nearly 23, but Sandringham is still younger at 21. And they're clearly trying to build for the future. And with that comes inconsistencies in performance and some poor results. But they're also a very proud club with around 100 years of history. They have 10 premierships under their belt, winning 3 flags in a row in the early 2000s. And I think it was actually 4 flags in 6 years. So they'll certainly be up for it on Sunday. I've actually picked out a few players from Sandringham to be wary of on Sunday. You probably have never heard of these guys, but these players have been in their very best so far this year. Jack Ferraro, number 43, a young 20-year-old medium-sized forward. He's kicked 13 goals so far this season, and he sits 3rd on the VFL goal-kicking table. Ethan Williams, number 2, a young 20-year-old midfielder. He is their leading ball winner, averaging 24 disposals per game this year. Nathan Philactides, number 15, another young 21-year-old, a ball winner averaging 21 possessions. And Darcy Shergwin, number 17, a 24-year-old tall midfielder, another ball winner averaging 21 possessions per game. I've also been through some of the team stats to get a feel for Sandringham's strengths and weaknesses so far this year. And it's very interesting. They are a very low possession team. In every game, even in their 2 wins, they've had less disposals than their opposition, which means they don't overpossess the ball, they don't maintain possession by short kicking. It's more a long, direct style of play. At the same time, only once have they had more inside 50s than any opponent this season. But they've only lost the tackle count once. The Devils are ahead in almost all the categories compared to the Zebras. Disposals, marks, inside 50s and scoring power. Clearances are about even and the Zebras are ahead in tackling. So that there is a warning to the Devils. Bring the tackling pressure and don't take them lightly. And I'm sure they won't. In my mind, the Devils go into this game as favourites, and it's our chance to get back to winning ways. And it would be great to see a big crowd at UTAS on Sunday, at least 5,000 to match the Port Melbourne game. But we want to match the Hawthorn game. What was that? 8,000? So come on, the Devil supporters. Let's get along to UTAS and send a message to our future rivals, the Hawks. And I hope we get the job done against Sandringham this week. As I said, the Zebras don't have any AFL players on their list. And to my knowledge, nothing in the way of ex-AFL players either. Whereas the Devils have a few players with AFL experience, such as Jai Menzies, Robbie Fox, Hugh Dixon, Geordie Payne and Caleb Mitchell. And we have other notable recruits who are showing great form so far this season, such as Jed Hagan, Zach Adams, Jackson Artemis and Sam Siggins with his 10 goals so far this season, just to name a few. Look, the Devils should win, given the calibre of players we have, given the stats comparison and the scoring power. And it is 3rd versus 17th. Plus, it's at home, which is a big advantage. And it's unlikely any of the Sandringham players have ever played at York Park or UTAS. The Devils should be much better off after the game last week against Carlton, and hopefully they have their game back on track. They did have a 3-week break before the Carlton game, and I don't think that long break actually did them any favours at all. All right, it's prediction time. I'm tipping the Devils by 24 points. What's your prediction? Put your tips and points margin in the comments section underneath this video and we'll see who gets it right. Okay. The final teams are due to be released at 5 p.m. on Friday. I'll be posting those lineups as soon as they drop on the Devils Chat Facebook page. So keep a lookout for that. The Devils didn't seem to get any major injuries through the Carlton game. All seemed to make it through the game okay, which is good. However, it's been revealed that Jai Menzies has been battling a hip problem and he took that into the Carlton game. And this week he's actually being assessed ahead of the game against Sandringham. So let's hope he's right to go. Daniel Cooney was an unlucky omission last week. He might get another chance this week, especially if Jai Menzies is rested. All right. I'll be doing a match review of the Sandringham game a day or two after the game, as well as weekly previews of all upcoming games and weekly reviews of all games. There will also be club news and lots more Devils contents. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't actually miss out on anything. And I'll catch you soon. In the meantime, go Devils.